Okay, let's just jump right in. What if I told you there's a kind of hearing superpower hiding on your phone? A totally free tool, probably already on your Android device, that can make a huge difference in noisy places. Today, we are breaking down Google's Sound Amplifier.
You know the feeling, right? You're in a busy restaurant or maybe at a family dinner, and there's a great conversation happening, but all the background noise just turns it into mud. You're trying so hard to follow along, but you end up just smiling and nodding, feeling totally out of the loop. It's so frustrating.
And when folks start looking for a real solution, they often hit a massive brick wall. I mean, look at that number, $3,000. And that's often just the starting price for a medical hearing aid, sometimes for just one ear. For millions of people, that's just not an option.
So yeah, that brings us right to our first section, the high cost of silence. And we're not just talking about the price tag here. We're talking about the cost to our connections, to our relationships. This really gets to the heart of it. Mild hearing loss isn't just a small inconvenience. It can actually make you pull back from friends and family. It turns those fun family dinners into a stressful chore. And on top of the crazy cost, let's be honest, there can be a real stigma around the older, more obvious devices.
But what if the solution wasn't some separate, expensive piece of hardware? What if it's something you already carry with you, literally every single day? Well, that brings us to section 2, a hearing aid in your pocket.
So what is this thing, really? It's pretty simple. Google Sound Amplifier is an accessibility app that uses your phone's incredibly powerful microphone and processor. It grabs the sound around you, does a bit of digital magic to clean it up and filter out noise, then sends that clearer sound right to your headphones. And look, this isn't some brand new experimental app. It's got a real history. It first came out way back in 2019, and at the time, you had to use wired headphones to avoid any audio lag. But over the years, Google has kept making it better, adding Bluetooth support, introducing conversation mode, and now they're packing in some seriously advanced on-device AI to make it smarter than ever. So how does all this magic actually happen? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 3, how the magic works. We're going to break down the features that make this app so darn useful.
Okay, this right here, this is the absolute game changer. It's called conversation mode. You literally just set your phone on the table between you and your friend and point the camera at them. The app's AI does something incredible. It locks onto their voice, actively quiets down the clatter and chatter around you, and boosts their words crystal clear right into your ears. It's amazing. Now, this is a super important point, one that trips a lot of people up. I call it the latency trap. If you use older Bluetooth headphones, you might notice a tiny, frustrating delay, an echo that makes it feel like you're watching a badly dubbed movie. For the most reliable, lag-free experience, a simple pair of wired headphones has always been the gold standard. However, and this is a big however, the technology is finally catching up. There's a new Bluetooth standard called LE Audio, which stands for low energy. It's designed to solve this exact lag problem. So if you have a newer phone and modern earbuds that support it, you can finally get that same instant, clear experience without any wires. Okay, so you're probably ready to try this out for yourself. Let's walk through it. It's way easier than you think. Section 4, your simple setup guide. Here are the basics. First, pop in your headphones, wired or wireless. Then open up the app. You'll see 2 main controls. You're going to want to start with the boost slider. That's basically your master volume. After that, you can play with the fine-tuning sliders to really dial in the sound. And this is the perfect way to think about the difference. Boost is just your simple volume knob. It makes everything louder across the board. Fine-tuning, though, is more like a sound engineer's equalizer. It lets you specifically turn up the high-frequency sounds that make speech sharp and clear, or maybe turn down the low-frequency hum from an air conditioner. Pro tip, always start with boost, then use fine-tuning to get it perfect. All right, before we wrap up, we need to cover a few really important things. This is section 5, important things to know. This is all about using the app smartly and responsibly. I love this quote from the accessibility lead at Android because it really gets to the heart of this app's mission, a democratization of audiology. It's about using the supercomputer we all carry in our pockets to make basic hearing assistance available to everyone, not just people who can afford thousands of dollars for special hardware. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, privacy. Is Google listening to my chats? The answer is a very clear, very emphatic no. And here's the crucial part. All the audio processing happens right there on your phone. Nothing is ever uploaded to Google or to the cloud.
It is completely local and completely private.
And this is absolutely vital to understand. Sound Amplifier is a fantastic tool for getting a little extra help in specific noisy situations. It is not, however, a substitute for a medical diagnosis from a doctor or an audiologist. If you have significant hearing concerns, please go see a professional.
So let's bring it all home. Section 6. Hear your world again. What's the real takeaway here? What does this mean for you? All right, here's the cheat sheet. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Your phone is a powerful hearing tool hiding in plain sight. It's a free option for getting help in noisy places. Conversation mode is its superpower. The right headphones are key to avoiding lag. And best of all, it's private, secure, and genuinely easy to use. So we'll leave you with this question. Think about that dinner with friends, that coffee date, that meeting at work where you felt a step behind, knowing you have this tool in your pocket. What conversation are you ready to finally hear again, loud and clear?